Lamorne Morris
Hello, sir.
is overthinking it. Maybe. I don't know.
I overthink it often.
You do?
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody now?
I overthink it to the point where I end up not doing shit.
Oh, yes. Yes, I understand the overthinking paralysis of like, there's too much. Don't give me too many choices.
Yeah. Oh, my God. When I go to a restaurant, even before I get to the restaurant, I know. Here's the thing. I know I'm going to cover the bill.
Yeah.
Right? All I ask is you pick a place.
Mm-hmm.
No one ever picks a place.
What do you want? But I'm asking you.
Yeah.
I'm fine with anything. No, but literally, so am I.
Yeah. And so I go, well, listen, we both have jobs here. You pick, I pay. You know what I mean? I'm not going to pick and pay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I do my best to hide my neuroticism, but I went to a kind of a snazzy restaurant yesterday, and it was
Fridays. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Come on. I'm sure they have some fancy artichoke dip. And so it was kind of it was in between lunch and dinner. So every table was open.
Yeah.
And so they were like, where do you want to sit? And I was like, do you want to sit at the window or do you want, because it was, like 7 stories up. And I literally was just like, I tried to be so cool about it. Like, well, I don't know. You just tell me where to sit. I really am not good with making decisions. I will second guess, And of course, the older you get, the more you explain things to people where they have no care about what you're.
They don't care.
They don't care about your process.
I remember a time I was in Atlanta and I was shooting this movie Saturday night. I was shooting that film, and I was with my buddy Kyle, and I had sleep issues. A friend of mine has this. Jaleel White has this brand, this marijuana brand called Purple Urkel.
Okay.
and he gave me these. He gave me these gummies. He was like, "Dude, these should help you."
Now, when you get high as a kite, does it go? Did I do that?
a little bit. I was like, he said, "Take a gummy." He's like, "Just they're strong." When people say that, I go, "Sure,
yeah,
it'll put me to sleep." That's the point. Right?
Sure.
I took one. And I was high for about 2.5 days. and I remember we were going to this restaurant in this little town in Fayetteville. And I told my buddy Kyle, I said, listen, just don't let anybody talk to me. Like, we might see some castmates or some people, just avoid them and just don't let them talk to me. I don't know if I can talk right now. And he's like, well, you're talking right now. And I was like, yeah, but like when the pressure's on, I don't know how I'm going to feel. And when we get to the restaurant, I said, can you order for me? I don't care what it is, just order for me. The lady comes to the table and she goes, well, what would you have? And then he said, yeah, just give him the cheeseburger. And I was like this. And then she goes, do you want onions on that?
No!
And I freaked the out. I was like, why would she ask me that, dude? Like, you're supposed to have my back right now.
You really, but now next time, like have a very detailed order in place.
Yes.
Because the follow-up questions are going to be the death of your mind.
It killed me. And I don't know why it killed me. But I was like, I already don't love making decisions. But now I'm high out of my mind. And I called Jaleel. I said, dude, this messed me up for a very long time. I'm glad I'm off work. It's the weekend. And he goes, I told you it was strong, man.
He did.
Yeah.
To be fair, he did.
Yeah, he did warn me.
I've been really excited to have you on you did the podcast once, I think during the pandemic. We did. It was Zoom style. Mm-hmm. You're someone that I gravitate toward whenever we're at an event. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, that guy. I like him. He's funny and fun. And so I feel like every time I see you, I'm always like, hey, man, what's going on? I hope that's okay.
No, it's not.
Okay, good. I'm glad that we can air this.
Like to be left alone.
Because Jaleel White gave you some Purple Urkel.
I take it every day.
So it's just permanently, you're always 2.5 days out.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'll get to your questions later.
Just kind of a couple days. We'll come back and then we'll kind of do a deep dive and answer all those.
No, but I appreciate I'm the same way at events. I go, if I see somebody I know and I go, okay, I'll just lock in here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm a mess.
It's funny that as long as we've been doing this and as many of those things as we've done, why it still never feels entirely comfortable. It obviously is in my own head because the event is neutral. It is what it is. But I don't know. I still feel like, what do I do? Am I talking too much? Am I not talking enough? Am I being, what are we supposed to talk about? Because there are people that you're acquaintanced with, so you don't ever know, like, What's the appropriate amount of time to talk? Like, what's the...
Yeah, because there's so many people around. Do you just end the conversation? There have been so many times where I've been talking and having a conversation, and I'm enjoying the conversation, but the moment they look away or someone comes up, like, "Hey, what's up?" I go, "Okay, that's
Yeah,
my,
you're
that's
just
my
that
time."
you're just like, yeah.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus once was talking to me at a party, and I was with my sister, and I said, "I need you to have my back on this. I'm so nervous. I don't know what to say to her." And mid-conversation, she's talking to me. I don't know why I did this. I turned around and started walking away. And like,
It was a fight or flight response, and you chose flight.
yeah. And my sister, 5 minutes later, comes up to me and she goes, "What the was that?" I said, "I just panicked. She was talking, and I felt like at some point I was going to embarrass myself." She's like, "So you just decided to embarrass yourself? You walked away."
That's so funny because so much of our time of trying to avoid the problem creates the problem, that if you had just stood there and talked to her, it probably would have been fine.
It would have been great. We could be married by now.
But she's been doing this long enough that she probably was like, "I know what that is."
Yep. He's high.
He had some of the purple Urkel.
Yeah.
But I also feel like she knows, oh, like I'm aware of kind of my position in the industry, and so I'm just going to make it cool and easy for everyone.
Yeah.
So it's not weird. Like, she seems super cool.
That's accurate. I do believe that's what it is. I saw that with Nick Cage. I was filming with him.
Spider-Noir?
Spider-Noir.
Oh, we're going to talk about it.
We can.
Spider-Noir.
We can.
Spider-Noir does whatever a spider are.
That's our theme song.
That would be the best. I was so excited when I saw the trailer for that. I watched the black and white trailer because you can watch it in color or black and white.
Yeah.
And I was so excited that's when I reached out. I was like, "Please come on the podcast and talk about Spider-Noir."
Working with Nick is the best. Someone was just staring at him. They were setting up cameras and getting the shots ready, and there was an actress who was kind of in awe of him, because you do want to watch people's process, like how they work,
but also like to see that he's a real person is mind blowing.
It
because
is.
He's just been this like this phantom icon, this like mythical being.
Oh yeah, but you're watching him, and I remember someone was watching him, and I could tell he's like going through the motions of like rehearsing a scene, and at one point he just stops because he clocks that she's watching, and he looks at her and he goes, "I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence." And she went, "Oh my God!" Like freaked out. Everybody started clapping. He's like, he knows a lot of people like are fascinated by him. That's fantastic. And every once in a while he'll just like give you what you want.
He's someone that I've always wanted to talk to because, number one, he seems kind.
Very.
And I love that. I know he's very meticulous about his process, that everything he does, no matter whether he knows it's a smaller scale thing or a bigger scale thing, he gives it the same amount of intention. He thinks it through. Oh, yeah. And I think people have tried to throw him off being snarky, like, "Oh, what about this one movie?" And he'll give like a very thought-provoking, serious answer where they're like, oh, that actually all makes a lot of sense.
100%. Oh, yeah. I've never seen a more prepared actor in my life. And I've been blessed to work for a very long time, work with a lot of different actors and actresses, and he comes in ready. And I remember sitting at a table read with him, and he was off book. I was like, "What?" I was like,
he literally crawled up the wall. Like,
he's that
focused.
good.
Yeah,
he's that good. And I'll let him talk about his process, but I could tell you, it reminded me that I'm not working hard enough.
Yeah,
I work my ass off, but I go, "Oh, he's a different level."
I'm always fascinated by goodness versus greatness. Like, we can all get good at things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But are you prepared for what it takes to be great? And the answer might be no. You might not want to have to to give up that much of your soul or your life or whatever.
Yeah.
So I remember, it's interesting to hear you say that.
I remember years ago, I was at when I first started in the business, I was a host for BET, but all my stuff was pretty comedic. They hired me to write just silly stuff. You know what I mean? Doing bits here and there. And
you're Second City guy.
Second City guy, yeah. So I'd go do man on the street stuff. I would write little sketches. And I remember being at like some sort of event, and Jamie Foxx was there. And Jamie Foxx's right-hand guy, this writer named Johnny Mack, was there. And Johnny was like, "Oh, man," he's like, "I think you're funny, brother. I think you're real funny." And he goes, "Who do you have writing with you?" And I said, "Nobody. I just kind of do it all by myself." And he goes, "You ain't ready to be great." I said, "What?" And he goes, "Man, there's levels to it, brother. There's levels." He goes, "Fox, that's greatness. That's greatness." He's like, he gonna sustain. And he was like, if you want that, he's like, you got to build a team. And he goes, that's greatness. And he's like, it's hard, but you got to be ready for it. And right now you ain't ready for it. And I wasn't. Like, he was right. Like, I just definitely was not ready for that kind of attention.
Now, this is going to dovetail into something that I really want to talk to you about, which is parenting.
Yeah.
I saw something you said on your podcast, and it was just this really beautiful, kind of eloquent statement about how it flips your priorities in a very beautiful, magical way. And it allows you to kind of release the pressure and I think some of the ego of all the stuff that we were so caught up in for so long in this business, the trappings of like trying to quantify our value based on these kind of industry metrics of how many viewers, how many followers, how much attention, how many jobs, how much money. And I think you just very succinctly kind of said parenthood has given you this gift of being able to put all that aside because you have this this relationship that's more important than anything.
The ramifications are crazy if you're a shitty parent, you know, and all of your attention needs to be there. It's such a fragile thing, you know, raising a child because they could go either direction. And so my main goal is to give my daughter a great life and make sure she's, you know, rooted in the things that I, you know, lean on, you know what I mean? Faith and all that kind of stuff and strength and character and respect for people. And as long as she has that, she can go off and do her own thing when she's old enough to understand. But like in the meantime, I have to give her some of these tools now and I have to lead by example. So around her, I have to be a certain way. I have to teach her certain things. I have to be available to her. I can't do that and be 100% available to the business like I used to be.
Right.
Like I was chasing greatness. Like I want it all. And the moment you see this little girl's face, you're like, oh, that ain't shit.
Yes, exactly. It simultaneously moves the pressure to something that's real, and then you kind of realize, like, oh, that other stuff was just not real. This is real. Yes. There are real stakes here. There is a tiny little human's life and personality. You know, she comes up, I want to be available to her like 100% of the time and look her in the eye and be like, hey, I'm here. Because if one time you're like, yeah, that could create a core memory, you know? Like, and so...
She becomes a villain.
And so I...
That was the origin story.
You won't pay attention to me, I'll make you pay attention.
I'm going to burn down all 5G towers of the Mississippi.
Seize the banks! And so she, you know, so I just feel like as many times as I can make positive moves into that direction, because I know that it's impossible to do it 100% of the time, but as many times as I can. And those stakes are more real than like, significantly more real than like, oh, this person I was talking to at a party, are we friends? Or are they not? Did I say something, you know, like to the executive? Am I going to get this job? Or do they like, you know, and then you kind of just realize like, oh, that's all just smoke and mirrors. That's not the real. It's not real.
It's not. I mean, my daughter's 5 and she's got energy.
Yep.
So when you want to sit down and have a conversation with her, you got to contend with like, okay, now we want to go outside. Let's go outside, Daddy. Come on, now put this dress on, Dad. Put this makeup on, Dad. Let's go. And you got to be engaged.
I've had my nails done so many times.
I know.
It's the best.
And it's like, you find yourself going, oh, this is the vacation. Like this is it. This is the break from the real world that I need. Just having the mind of a child and just being silly and playful and just like, it kind of, I don't know, it's like a weird sense of meditation in a way.
And also like I was talking to Ben Schwartz about how it's just a nonstop improv jam because you're just constantly yes-anding.
Yes.
Even stuff but sometimes it does feel like a game show or like a pop quiz where she's like, Dad, she'll tell you to do a bit and you realize like, it's like every stress dream you've ever had where you're on stage. My constant stress dream is that I'm about to host SNL and I haven't rehearsed. And it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I hope it's going to be okay. And I feel that anxiety when she'll be like, do a dinosaur cat. And I'm like, dinosaur cat? What is that a show? Could be a show. Could be a thing she just invented, you know?
My daughter's hilarious. And it's like a thing at school where we're trying to manage a little bit where she tries to control the game too much. Where it's like the kids will be at school playing and then she'll go, okay, now here's what we're doing.
It's a director.
And so she'll do that with me and I have to like, so even when we're improvising, goofing off, she'll say, okay, so I'm going to come in, I'm going to freeze you. And then you're going to say, and I go, hold on. Don't tell me what to say. We're gonna do this together.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna come in like you said. You're gonna freeze me. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do.
Oh, that's an interesting approach because I just go, okay.
Yeah, because when she's at school, she's like, and she's getting a lot better with it when the kids are playing a game and she just wants to go, well, how can I join?
Yeah.
As opposed to going, no, I'm the princess and you're the frog.
Yep.
You know, as opposed to doing that, she's starting to get a hang of it where she's just like, joining the game as opposed to controlling the game.
But don't the other kids sort of like work out that social dynamic between themselves to a degree?
Yes and no, because you could. I mean, the thing is, it has to be taught all around.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if you leave it up to kids to do anything, they'll burn your house down. You know what I mean? Like, so I'll try to let them. Sure, let's see if they can figure it out.
Yeah.
If they don't, you're at risk of having a 16-year-old asshole in your house.
Sure, and that's why I think improv. And I say this as a stand-up, where stand-up is like, it's just you.
Yeah.
But improv training is so good because it really does. This is sort of like the nerd version of team sports.
Yes.
Because you really do have to work as a group. It doesn't work if you don't.
Yeah.
And if you try to take over, if you as any one performer tries to take over the scene, it throws it out of balance. 100%. So you have to learn how to have this perfect. Was your Second City training improv or sketch?
Improv. Both, actually.
Yeah.
Improv and sketch. Yeah.
And do you think when she's a little bit older, you'll be like, let's think about improv classes? Do you think you would?
Yeah, she's already starting to take these little like day theater classes. It's like the last one she did was a few weeks ago was K-pop Demon Hunters.
Okay.
So you drop her off 8 a.m. You come back 2:30 and they have a performance.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's choreography. It's they're singing the songs. They have little characters and they kind of work the stuff out. It's a shit show for sure, but it's definitely
in the best way.
In the best way. It's. I mean, it's like I didn't get started that early, and I look at my daughter and I look at those kids and I go, I don't think I would have been able to. I just. They're so gifted and developed, I guess, and she loves theater. She likes, she's interested in the behind the scenes a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's especially now that she knows what her parents do for a living.
Yeah,
her mom's an actress. You know, I'm an actor, and she will go to set with me every once in a while, and kind of. And she loves it. Like she knows some of the terminology. When they say quiet on set, she'll just scream, "Quiet, everybody!"
After now.
There was one time I was on the monitor. She was in Video Village watching me on the monitor, and I could hear her as I'm talking. I can hear her say, "Daddy, you gotta be quiet." And I was like, "No, y'all gotta be quiet. Daddy's the only one who should be talking."
I'm allowed to. I'm supposed to be. I understand how you thought.
Yeah. My daughter says something interesting every day. It can be the smallest of things, but I find the joy in that. Going, man, like this is it. These are those moments where like she learns how to swear. Oh, it's like, damn, my daughter just said bitch. It's like,
I don't know. You know, we actively do not swear in front of her.
Yeah.
And last summer we were somewhere and the wind was blowing her hair in her face, and she just goes, "God damn it!" And the thing, it was so hard for us. But my wife and I both were like, because you don't want to react.
Yeah.
Once you react, it becomes an anchor.
Yeah.
And the alarming thing about it was she used it perfectly.
Yes.
It was so like the stress on each syllable.
Yeah, I remember my sister was talking to one of her girlfriends and they were having a conversation about something. And she's like, man, I saw her and I was talking to her. I said, bitch, girl, you better blah, 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 blah. My daughter comes out of the bathroom and she goes, Nanny, you said bitch. She's like, no, I didn't. She's like, I heard you. You said bitch. And then I come downstairs and all I hear is my daughter going, bitch. I was like, what? I said, baby, what, why are you saying that? She goes, yeah.
What a bummer. Of all the words she heard, of course, that's the one that she
like,
gravitates toward.
God. And my mom, and I thought she had, I explained to her, we don't use that word. I thought it was done. My mom comes in town to visit, and my daughter has big curly hair. My mom's trying to like comb her hair, and sometimes it like hurts a little bit, so she's trying to like work through it. And then my daughter just goes, "Ow, bitch!"
And how did your mom take that?
Oh my God. I was shocked. I was shocked. My mom is so old school, but my mom has adapted to the new way.
Of course.
Life. But like if that was me when I was a kid, I would have just felt pop in the back of my head.
Grandparents always think it's funnier. Like my mom, like when I told my mom that story, she like burst out laughing. I'm like, you can't think that's funny because that's going to make it worse.
Yes.
We say, gosh darn it. Gosh darn it, you know?
I took her to see Lilo and Stitch to the premiere. Her uncle Billy Magnuson is in it, and so we go to the red carpet. She had never done that before, and I gave her a heads up beforehand. I said, "So it's going to be a lot of people with cameras, and I'm okay if you're okay with it. They're going to ask to take pictures. They're going to take pictures of Daddy. If you don't want to be in the pictures, you can go with that lady, and she's going to take you over there." She's like, "No, I'll do it." They're like, over here," and she just goes.
Yeah. Which is a very understandable reaction when a bunch of people are shouting at you and there's bright lights.
I mean, she was like, what?
What is this?
Who are y'all talking to like that? She literally, at one point, I think she goes, "Don't yell at my daddy."
Oh, that's so sweet and hilarious.
And later on, I said, "Baby, what's wrong? You were like frowning the whole time. Did you not enjoy it?" She was like, "Well, I don't know them." And I was like, that's fair.
You know what's funny is like that experience, Mike, when she gets older, like, "Oh, are you going to be a performer?" She'll be like, "No, it's dumb." Because all the weird stuff you have to do. With,
it's like, why would I do that? People yell at you and you want them to.
It's not fun. Yeah. I appreciate you, and I appreciate that you do so many things. Yeah. And I feel like that's an area where we have a lot to talk about because I like doing a lot of things. And I think when I was growing up, there was this thinking in the 1900s of like, oh, you want to be, you could be good at a lot of things or great at one thing. And it's like, I think I want to be good at a lot. I think I just want to do a lot of things that maybe that's ADHD. I don't know. Well, I think you do a lot of fun stuff too.
Well, yeah, people try to limit your creative gene. You know what I mean? I don't know why that is. I don't know if back in the day it was just harder. Nowadays, I want to do everything.
You do. I mean, you fill in for Kimmel. I've seen you fill in for Kimmel a bunch. You host. You do the podcast. You act. You do voiceover. I see you post videos where you're like, "I just took up golf."
Yeah. Oh God. Oh God. Why did I do that? Do you golf?
I do.
Why did I start? Oh my God, it's like crack. I've never done crack, but now I know.
Golf is particularly insidious because golf allows you to be just good enough that you don't throw your clubs into a lake, but always slightly out of reach of 100%. Where you want to be.
Oh, 100%.
And you can play shitty for like 3 months, and then you take like a month off, and you're like, this, and you go back and you have like the game of your life, and you're like, "Oh, this is why." And then you go back again the next day, and then you shoot like 118, and then you're like, golf.
Oh my gosh. I have a buddy I do my Lamorne After podcast with. His name is Kyle. Kyle hit a hole. He hasn't been golfing that long. 2 years maybe. Hit a hole in one, 172 yards, and was on top of the world.
He'll be chasing that forever.
Forever. And I'm kind of glad I haven't hit one yet, just because I'm really bad at golf. Like I'm really bad, right? Like really bad. And so I don't want to do that and then fizzle out. Like I want to like see gradual growth. Yep. You know what I mean?
The hole in one, it's like you don't want to win the golf Oscar like in your first year.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to win the Oscar in your first movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like because then there's all of a sudden there's this incredibly, I mean, it would be great to do that, but there's this incredibly high bar.
Yes.
You know?
I was golfing with Haley Joel Osment. He hit 2 hole-in-ones in one round of golf.
What?
2.
Is he that good?
He's great.
Oh, I had no idea.
He's a scratch golfer. This guy is nuts.
What?
He's nuts. Yes.
Why isn't he on the tour?
I don't know.
Who would not want to watch Haley Joel Osment playing?
He is unusually good. It is so crazy.
That would see he would have the added bonus of intimidating the other golfers because they would be like kind of blown away that it was Haley Joel Osment.
Yes.
And that would open a little bit of window for him.
Oh my God. I remember we were golfing out in the Ozarks. We had like a little group outing.
Is this a real story?
It's a real story.
It sounds like a dream.
No, it's a real story.
I had this dream where I was golfing with Haley Joel Osment in the Ozarks.
I mean, it was for my 41st birthday.
Oh man.
And I wanted to take a golf trip. And my buddy Billy Magnuson, who's a great actor, well, he's a great golfer, even better actor, but he's a great golfer too. So he's like, I'll put together a group. He's like, oh, let's invite Haley. I'm like, oh yeah, I think Haley golfs. He's like, okay, let's invite Haley. We invite a bunch of friends. Haley, Haley, we're all like, let's do a shot before we start. Let's drink. Let's smoke cigars. Let's just have a loungeful day.
Mm-hmm.
Haley is drinking like the rest of us. Haley is a little drunk like the rest of us. Haley is shooting a 72.
and Haley's probably coming away going, I'm sorry, I'm off a little bit today.
Yeah.
Like, could you just stop that?
Yes. I'm like,
Haley Joel Osment.
he's like sinking 30-foot putts. He's like chipping it in from the bunker. Like, I'm like, what is this? Like, that's how golf is supposed to look, you know?
But golf is such an interesting metaphor for life because when you try to over control your game,
Yes.
if you try to over control your swing, if you try to, it's like you have to practice. It's a lot of mechanical repetition, and then you have to forget about it.
Yeah.
The easiest way to fuck up someone's game is go, I like that little thing you do at the top of your swing.
Oh,
And then all of a sudden they become aware of it. Someone else over there's like, ugh, because you know that like, that, I mean, I would never do that to someone because I'm not a dirtbag, but you could, you could do that. And the second you become too aware of golf, you're.
It makes sense. What's the term where they say you just grip it and rip it? You just walk up and just hit the ball. I find I hit like so much better with certain clubs if I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
I'll just go hit the damn thing because you're not good enough to sit here and prep.
Yeah.
None of your preparation is doing anything.
Yeah.
The ball is there, hit it. And I'm like, well, hold on. You know, I got to lean and
The longer you think,
Yeah.
okay, you step back again.
Yeah. Like,
wind.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Do you bowl too?
Yeah. I used to bowl like 3 or 4 times a week, but now it's rare. Now it's rare that I do.
Okay.
I injured my wrist bowling.
Oh, were you
Yeah.
trying to hook it too much? My dad was a professional bowler, so I grew up bowling.
Oh yeah, I was trying to hook it too much.
Yeah.
And then like I remember I injured my wrist, ended up getting like cortisone shots in it for a while. Like trying to avoid surgery. It felt fine, right? For a while. It felt fine. I was like, let me go bowl. The next like 10 times I went to bowl, the lowest scores I've ever had in my life. Like it was like I never bowled. And I didn't understand what was going on with my hand.
Yeah, no one's gonna feel bad for you because no one wants to hear you got a bowling injury.
Yeah.
How'd you hurt your wrist?
No. It wasn't from bowling. I was at a bowling alley and then I got shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I'm sorry because when you started that, it sounded like
no. I wasn't trying to implicate anybody.
No, I understand. I just want to kind of go back a little bit because it sounded like you were trying to put too much hook on the ball.
No, that's what I was putting too much hook on it. The guy didn't like it very much.
Oh, so he just openly shot you in a
because he had a hook hand and he thought I was making fun
I
of
thought you were making fun of him.
Yeah, so he shot me with the left hand.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Well, what about your bowling score? What's your highest score?
So this is a little bit of a sticky point for me because I've never bowled a perfect game. My high score I bowled when I was 11 was 289, was 10 strikes
11?
in a row and then a 9 count. And
Holy shit.
then when I was 13, my parents split up and we moved away. And so I was just not, my dad still has a bowling center. And I just
Wait, they
wasn't.
split up because of you?
Yeah, because I didn't bowl a 300. Yeah.
That'll do it.
So you can understand the pressure.
Yeah.
That's why it's a sticking point.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I look over, they're signing the divorce papers like, should have been a 300. You know, the 11th frame, choked.
You messed up.
Now
kid.
we got to split everything up. Now we got to break up this. Now we got to break up this family like a 7-10 split, which is virtually unmakeable. So probably not coming back together.
No, not at all.
Anyway, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Stop crying.
Merry
Hey, you
Christmas.
think that's bad? I saw this guy get shot in the hands. Just bringing this.
And he bowled a 300. What's your excuse, boy?
See, he bowled a 300 with a bloody gunshot hand. So I know the timeline on that may not pan out the same, but it works for the bit. But so I really have that's always been a bone of contention with me. But because I learned, and this kind of dovetails into learning when you're young, like learning when you're a kid. Because, I have like guitars and piano and stuff around here. These are things I learned in middle age.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did. But I also know I'm excited to encourage my daughter to try as many things as she wants to now.
Yeah.
Because these skill sets that they learn while they're growing bake into their, musculature.
Oh, yeah.
So if she learns piano now or whatever, soccer or she's been horseback riding for 8 or 9 months, whatever it is, she will have it for the rest of her life, even if like I quit bowling from like 13 to like 30.
Yeah.
But I could still go pick up a ball and be able to do it because it's just baked into my DNA at this point.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I thought basketball was baked into my DNA. It ain't.
No?
It ain't. I'm a basketball nut, like a fanatic. And so having hoop dreams, that's the real danger because you still think you can do it. And then you like invite friends to your house and then you realize you can't do it. You should stop trying to do it. Like, don't do it. And like I've been hurt so many times in basketball. And when I say like doing nothing, I mean like doing nothing.
Yeah.
There's this guy named Lethal Shooter who's big on social media. He's like a shooting coach. He just doesn't miss, right? So he'll, like, after I won the Emmy, he wanted to do a sketch with me.
You would hope with that name that he would be very good.
He is nuts, you know. And he comes to my house and he wants to do this skit where he's like trying to get me to stay locked in. And his whole like motto is, I understand it now. So he's like, you have to learn from your misses, learn from your mistakes. It's like very motivational.
Sure.
Like learn from your mistakes in life. So he'll keep making it. If he misses the shot, he'll go, I understand it now. And then
God.
He never misses 2 in a row. And so he'll do that with like, he'll have like Giancarlo Esposito or this person or that. He shoots with everybody. He comes to my house and that's all we're doing is, his whole thing is you shoot and miss. Just shoot and miss, and then I'm going to hold up your Emmy with a hammer, and I'm going to yell at you. And he's like, and then you just go, I understand it now. And he goes, and then just make 5 in a row. And I went, what? You want me to just go make 5 in a row? It took me so long to get this done that by the time I was done, I had a legit hand injury.
Yeah.
I mean, I ended up doing it, but at the same time, I was like, how did I get hurt from just shooting a basketball?
I hear what you're saying, Lamorne. I'm a little bit older than you are, and I literally injured my knee because I was sitting in a car for too long. Like I have that's how you know you're deep middle age when you have sitting injuries.
Oh my God.
So like at least you had some repetitive stress.
Yeah.
So I hear that. Listen, we're always at the oldest we've ever been in any given moment.
Yes.
So I understand to you that feels like I wasn't really doing it. You were doing. I was literally doing nothing. I was sitting in a car and I got out. I'm like, oh, I can't. My knee. You know, I did nothing. So this I can understand.
No, well,
why that
yeah,
would be a problem.
I'll give myself some grace there.
Also, I don't want to let it slip by that Lamorne, you are an Emmy winner. I did. I remember seeing a series of videos where you were casually. Mm-hmm. It just happened to be in the shot occasionally.
Yeah, no, it's just there. It's just there. You know what I mean? I got 10 replicas, and so they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have 2 of them.
Congratulations.
And I don't know. I never know. Like, is it okay to display them, or like, is it disrespectful to kind of hide them in a corner? Do you look like an asshole if you're like, well, they're over there?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
In life,
yeah,
what is your biggest accomplishment?
My daughter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you shun your daughter away in a corner?
No.
Do you push her away in a corner and go, you can't see my child? You can't see my child. Do you bury her in a cage somewhere? No. You let that little girl be free. Go peacock. Be free. You're gorgeous. You're beautiful. The Emmy is beautiful.
Okay, it is.
Show it off.
It is.
If I was thinking about getting like a little diamond necklace with like a little Emmy like that.
Yeah.
And just having it around just as a reminder. You know what I mean?
Just putting a little like putting a baby monitor camera on the Emmy.
Yes.
Like, oh, she's sleeping.
She's sleeping. Look at her.
There.
Look at her.
She's this is people talking about the Emmys. Mine cut my finger because the wings are really sharp.
They are really sharp.
And I was kind of futzing with it.
Yeah.
When I had it, and it just went ow, and it got me. And I'm like, what a great lesson for the industry. Don't
get an Emmy.
Don't get too. Don't try.
Yeah, don't try.
For anyone watching who thinks like, oh, there's a pinnacle. If I could just achieve X, then I will feel Y. If I could just have this thing, then that. And what I try to relate to people is like, great, have goals. Just know that they may not fix everything. It might unlock a new series of like, but now I want 2 or 3 or 4, or now I want an EGOT, or now I want more this or more that. That there is this hedonic hamster wheel that people get on where nothing is ever quite enough or satisfying in the way that they think it's going to be. So, work on yourself while simultaneously, you know.
I like to say that, you know, you're given as much as you can handle. I think, because that's been true in my life. Is that, you know, as much as I complain to my agents and managers about how slow things can be, things are given to me, I feel, when I can handle it.
Yeah.
Attention, the award, you know, it's like I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
For your amazing performance in Fargo, by the way, I just want to point out.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
But you probably weren't thinking about that when you were making that show. You were just making a really great show.
Yeah. I swear to you, it was one of those roles that I didn't assume I'd win an Emmy for before I started filming it. I genuinely thought I need to serve the show. This character is a part of a puzzle, right? And typically in you know, television, it's the big flashy roles, the person who did the crying and the screaming and the this and the that, who wins the awards. And I remember Noah Hawley saying to me, he said, because we had some changes in the script and some, you know, things that had happened with episodes having to be scrapped, and it was a lot of rewrites. And I remember him saying, I'm going to write something for you. He goes, I owe you a favor, because something had been cut. Because, but what I'm going to write, you might not like it at first, but I think this will really do something for you. And it was the death scene. Like, that wasn't originally in there. And I was murdered on the show. And that moment, I believe, got me the Emmy. It was it was like a tearjerker for people. And I thought, you know, he wasn't wrong about that. Like, it definitely, that little moment there is potentially what got me that award. So I didn't go into it thinking that I was going to win an Emmy. I just thought this show was going to be great, as it's always great. And that's it.
And also, like, I do want to point out, like, we're not made of stone. Of course, those things feel good.
Yeah.
It feels nice to be recognized by your peers. It feels nice to win awards. It doesn't mean, I'm not saying don't have it mean anything. I'm just saying, like, enjoy it. Don't have it mean everything, because those moments, the goal accomplishments pass. It's like, oh, I want to do this thing. I did it. Now what? You know, like, but I really hope people see you as a role model, like, not just for the career that you have, because you've done a lot of really cool stuff. I mean, obviously, like, if you had just done New Girl, that would have been great. You know what I mean? But also, like, watching you explore all these different facets of your personality. And I remember years ago talking to you and you saying, like, I really want to host a show. Yeah. And every time I see you, I'm like, you really should host a panel show. You'd be so great at the helm of a comedy panel show. And I think it's not only a good role model for your child to see that you can be happy trying and doing all these fun things, but just for anyone, like, studying a career and then hearing that, like, on top of that, you're able to see, like, that stuff is important, but this is important with a capital I. Yeah. This parenting, you know, like, being present for my child. It's
the most important thing. Yeah. It truly is. Their health and well-being and just their everything. You know what I mean? The first time I realized that, I had a moment where my daughter was like an infant, like just like newborn. I remember, you know, the doula was like telling me the proper way to hold her head and all this stuff. And she goes, just remember, she can't hold her head up. Yeah. She's like, you got to do everything. Yeah. She's like, you may as well be breathing for this child. You got to do everything. And I went, oh my God, like, this is on my shoulders. Yeah. I can't mess this up. And the older they get, that never changes. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I give my mom grace, because she's, you know, helicopter parent sometimes, you know, still. You know, my mom is like, what are you doing? Make sure you lock your door. My mom will call me and go, what's going on? What's going on?
I try so hard to not do that.
And I'm like, Mom, I know to lock my door. And then I'll go check, and it's like, that's not locked, though. So it's like, she does have to remind me.
You're trying to be a helicopter parent, and then you, like, go to a playground, and then you just become like Airwolf, where you're like, you know, like, looking all around, like, just making sure. Yes, it's so hard. Or like, hey, can we not, maybe we don't climb on that. Maybe that's a little high, you know? And I try to, because my wife is so adventurous, and she's so fearless and wonderful. And I'm so thankful that Lydia is her mom, because I do my best to suppress all those like, is that safe?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if that's I don't know. Maybe should we?
I'm the same way. I love it. I love when I go
to that.
Yes, don't parkour.
Please don't.
That's a sword, honey. Put that
Please,
down.
that's not. Please, with the broadsword.
I remember being I love when I go to the park and I see all the stressed out parents. Like you could tell who's just like you. Some parents are just chilling there on their phone. They're like, yeah. And other parents are like, just no.
It does. Like, I can't really stand up, but it does sort of feel like a little bit like a basketball game at the playground when it's like a circular and you're like, this way.
100%. You're playing super defense.
Yeah, and your eyes are on literally every human being in the area. Like,
oh yeah, who's that guy?
Yeah, what's that? What is that person doing over there? What's that? Okay, that's a car. That car's been sitting there for a while. Like you become like you're on a freaking stakeout, because you're just trying to make sure the environment is safe for them.
I remember it's everywhere. I remember taking my daughter, which was much smaller, to dance class. This older guy comes in. He's got glasses on and a hat, and there's the front desk, and I hear him say, now when he walks in, all the parents look over because these are our children in there.
Yeah,
he's not walking in with the child.
Yeah,
and he goes, do you mind if I watch the children? And every parent went, what?
How's that?
You say?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the guy at the front was like, I do mind. No. He goes, oh, I'm so sorry. My grandchild is in there.
Oh.
And he's like, that's my wife back there. She goes, sorry, hi. And he comes over.
He's very clumsy with words.
Yeah, he goes over, and it was literally his grandchild was in there. And I was looking at, I was like, he was talking because my daughter wasn't paying attention. And he goes, I see that you look concerned that your kid is kind of all over the place. He goes, let me give you some advice. He goes, I have a daughter who was very much so like that. And now she's the boss of her life and she runs things and she's very dynamic. And he goes, that translates beautifully. And I was like, oh, thank you. And as I'm talking to this man, I realized this is Stephen Baldwin that I'm having a conversation with. I was like, why does he look so familiar? Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, what's up, dude?
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up, player?
Anyway,
Hey.
Yeah. It is just trying to, do the best you can and be as mentally flexible as you can be, and hope that you're always doing a good job. Do you second guess yourself a lot?
Yeah. Are you kidding me? All the time. And my mom will tell me, just give yourself some grace. You are, God rest his soul, but my father wasn't there, like at all. Like he left when I was 8. So she's like, are you really second guessing like your parenting skills?
You've already broken the cycle.
Yeah. She's like, come on. She's like, this is night and day.
Yeah.
And I do a pretty good job of keeping like great people around my kid and like, and so does her mom. So it's one of those things where she has a great environment around her, but I still do second guess myself when I'm like, yeah, you got to work. And I go, do I? Do I have to?
Yeah. And is it weird that it's just not as important? I mean, it's important.
Yeah.
But it's just not as important. And I do think for parents who second guess themselves a lot, that is, that's empathy. It's also our own insecurities. But I was very fortunate because, my parents were very engaged and involved and so I'm just trying to recreate that for her. My parents didn't understand, like they knew what stand-up comedy was, but they were like, oh, he seems to like this Steve Martin guy.
Yeah.
So they would just buy me his records whenever he came out. Or like my dad would, videotape like HBO and he'd be like, maybe you're a little young for Richard Pryor, but you know what? You like it, so I'm gonna show. So he would just my dad would give me VHS tapes, even if they didn't fully understand why I was so into it. They just recognized that it was something I was into, so they fed it, And I feel like, well, that's what I want. I want to do that for her. But I also don't want to be like, hey, what's the thing?
Yeah.
What is it this week?
Yeah.
Like it's like trying to temper that excitement, but also just be there when I can when she needs me,
I once, speaking of VHS tapes, I once found my uncle's VHS tapes, and what was on the label was not on the VHS.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's a lot of cooking shows and
Sure.
a lot of cooking shows
Yep.
and
I learned early.
how to aerobicize.
Yeah, 100%.
How to do the Jane Fonda workout.
Oh, yeah.
On VHS.
Yeah, there's some workouts going on.
But I see other people and I feel like, oh, we have parallel careers. I see like-minded people that I go like, oh, I think I understand that person because I see all the different things that they're doing and they're satisfying all these different facets of their personality.
Yeah.
And I hope you feel successful because you have already had a tremendous amount of success and then you're Garfield, which is insane.
That's insane. I still think that's till this day, I go, that's the most insane thing that I've ever been a part of. Garfield. It doesn't make sense. I remember getting a call about it years ago.
President James Garfield.
Yes, called me. He said, Lamorne, hello.
I'm calling you from the grave.
No, but I remember getting the call, and this was probably like 4 or 5 years ago, I want to say, asking me if I wanted to be Garfield. And I was like, sure, if that's ever a thing. And they were like, well, they're developing it and they want you to play Garfield. And so when people ask me about it now, my excitement isn't through the roof. It was when I got the call 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this has been a long time in the making. We've been recording for a very long time. I think we come out later this year. So I'm super excited for people to
How could you not be? Like, it's one of the most, the biggest pop culture things.
Well, you know what it is, too? It's like I had a friend, for example. I'm not going to say who it is because I don't know if this is public, but black guy, dope actor, said they'd asked him to be Superman. And they said he gets to produce it, he gets to write it, and be Superman. And he said he turned it down. And I was like, why would you do that? And he was like, dude, the first of anything is like, if I'm the first, he goes, let's say it's bad. Let's say the movie doesn't, they're going to say, see, black dude plays Superman and look what happens. You know, let's say, he goes, there's a million reasons why a movie could be bad. It could be a script, could be this, could be that, could be the acting, could be that. Could just not be time for that one. And he goes, and now everyone's looking at me like you ruined Superman. And he's like, so my career is already doing this. I'm just going to keep doing my own thing. And I thought about that when they asked me to be Garfield. I was like, damn, I was like, am I the first black Garfield? I don't even think of things like that, like first black this or that. I really don't think that way. I just go, oh, great. But it wasn't until someone mentioned it that I went, this shit better be good. I was like,
did it get in your head?
Oh my God, did it get in my head? It got what? It's still in my head. I think we did a great job with it, but at the same time, you never know. And I really want people to like it.
I think it's going to be great. I was so excited when I saw the news. There have only been 2 Garfield voices that I know: Lorenzo Music and Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, yeah. I mean, now you got Chris Pratt for the more recent ones, but
did they do? Yeah,
the movies,
right?
Yeah, but. Yeah, so that was the thing too. It's like, well, what do people love? What do people, what do they imagine when they hear Garfield? The old heads, yeah, you'll think Bill Murray or something like that, but the younger generation doesn't know that.
You're their Garfield.
Exactly.
And do you think your daughter's old enough now that she will connect?
Yeah.
I tried to show Dimity something that I had done a voiceover for, like an old Nickelodeon cartoon.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's Dad. And she was like, no, it's not.
He's like, no, it's not.
Okay.
You're not a cartoon.
We yes and in this game. That was just an immediate denial.
Yes. That's not how you play the game, honey.
Of something that happened to be true. But whatever. So as we're wrapping this up, just any advice you have for people who have difficulty kind of getting out of their own way to think themselves into, I mean, we've covered a lot of different things between like job choices and winning awards and also parenting and also just existing in your own head, scheduling. So, I've heard you say the phrase a couple of times, give yourself some grace or give this person some grace. And I think that's a really great way to put it because it immediately made me think of like when my brain gets in knots, that grace just unties the knots. So is that the advice you give? What would you tell people who who are just stuck in their own heads and frozen with the inability to decide.
I would honestly tell them that you're gonna die one day. So throw it all out there.
Very stoic.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. I don't.
I mean, we're all slowly.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Credits. Garfield, ladies and gentlemen, hates Mondays. We're all gonna die.
Love lasagna.
Love lasagna, and we're all gonna die.
Well, but no. What I mean is, there's not a lot of time to wait.
It's impermanent.
Yeah,
and that's what gives it its value.
100%. You're gonna make mistakes.
Yeah,
you're gonna make choices in this life that don't work, that don't fit, but that's a part of growing and learning and understanding. You have to get scars, you have to get calloused on your hands to get stronger. And I feel like a lot of times in my career, that's what I was doing. I was trying to play it safe. New Girl, for example, when I first got on the show, I was so nervous. I was so worried about what people would think of my performances, and I hindered myself in the process of performing. I just played it straight. And then it wasn't until season 3 where I just said, I'm going to be as silly as I can possibly be, as goofy, as weird, and as odd, because that's where my sense of humor lies. And that's when it took off for me. And so younger actors who will have an audition or will ask me questions about, they're on the new show and they're in a similar boat than I am, I said, listen, we're not going to fire you. Go for it. Literally go for it. Look at all your favorite actors. They're making choices. They're being bold. Denzel Washington is my favorite actor. I have this hallway in my house with some of like the stuff that I've done. It's like downstairs, like a New Girl poster and like a different show poster. There are 2 of them that have nothing to do with me, and people always ask me, like, "Are you in this?" It's Training Day. It's Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, he did one of the best supernatural thrillers.
In
the history of film, a movie called Fallen. Which
Fallen.
Like,
oh my God,
that's a movie that that I feel like if people haven't seen it, they need to go watch it because it is the performance is amazing and it's just a great movie.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those movies like Tombstone. It's like if it's ever on, you're like, I have to watch this.
Oh, 100%. Every Denzel movie. Like him and Eddie Murphy, that's it. Like it stops with them for me. And so, but you look back and you go, they weren't always that good.
I mean, Eddie Murphy was. I mean, it's like he just literally like got on to SNL at like 19, immediately blew up from there.
Yeah, but but did you see him when he was 11?
It's true. There's always not as funny back then at 11. Watching Eddie Murphy like kind of like leapfrog through the 80s of like SNL, like pretty much everything a home run. 48 Hours, Beverly Hills, Trading Places, Beverly Hills Cop, Coming to America, which is another movie that if it's on, I'll watch whenever, whatever part of the movie I'll just watch to the end. I cried when I saw him get on the SNL stage. I mean, I wasn't there. I watched it on TV. Oh, God, and watching him be there was so emotional for me.
Have you seen his documentary?
No.
Oh, it's so good. That got me emotional. Him just talking about what he was going through during those days, it was truly moving, that particular documentary.
Well, look, you get to be that for a younger generation of people. Someone's going to be sitting in whatever the version of a podcast chat thing will be in 20 years. It'll be like Lamorne Morris. And you played Garrett Morris.
I know, like
wild. You will be that to someone.
I hope so.
And hopefully, they will see, because now you'll see all the facets of everyone and people will understand like, oh, and he was also a really good guy who was a great dad. And that's just such a great dimension to have for people, because hopefully it inspires them to chase their dreams and also like be present for the things that are important with a capital I.
Oh yeah. That makes sense. Thank you.
I want to thank you for being here.
Of course.
And there's not really a sign off to the show.
Yeah, you could just be like, bye.
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 Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Are you mad?